The face-off finally happened, and suddenly all the predictions, confidence, and trash talk became real. Islam Makhachev and Machado Garry were standing across from each other, and their styles couldn't be more different.
We go, ladies and gentlemen, for the welterweight championship of the world. Introducing the challenger, the former undisputed lightweight champ, Islam Makhachev. Official weight 170 for the challenger. And his opponent, the reigning, defending, undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Machado Garry, official weight 171. And his opponent, All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the challenger, the great Islam Makhachev. Islam, you had one of the most spectacular reigns as a lightweight champion of all time. Now you are moving up to welterweight. Give us your thoughts as a fighter and what tomorrow night means to you.
One day to my dream, to biggest fight in my life. I'm ready. Thank you all. See you tomorrow, inshallah.
Good luck to you, sir. The challenger, ladies and gentlemen.
Islam Makhachev and Machado Garry finally came together for their face-off, creating one of the most anticipated moments of the UFC 330 build-up. For those few seconds, everything that had been discussed in interviews and press conferences suddenly felt much more serious. Two fighters who have talked confidently about their chances were finally standing directly across from one another.
Guys, I'm the best fighter in the world. That's why I have to show who I am this Saturday night. And I will show you, inshallah.
There were no interviews separating them, no microphones giving either fighter extra time to explain their position, and no social media posts creating distance between the two competitors. It was simply Makhachev and Garry sharing the same space, with the championship fight getting closer by the day. On one side was Islam Makhachev, the former UFC lightweight champion and one of the most accomplished grapplers in the sport. His reputation has been built around pressure, control, and an ability to turn small openings into dominant positions. Across from him stood Machado Garry, the tall and confident Irish contender who has developed a reputation for using his physical advantages and long-range skills to frustrate opponents.
Got it, folks. The tension in this arena is palpable. We are here with the top lightweight contender, Islam Makhachev. 10 straight wins have put you in position to challenge for the title. Your thoughts on what might play out here tomorrow?
Abu Dhabi, give some more. We gotta do this tomorrow night, inshallah.
There he is, folks. Congratulations. Wish you all the best.
Garry has repeatedly maintained that he isn't intimidated by the elite competition in the UFC, and the face-off gave him another opportunity to demonstrate that confidence. What was expected to be a routine ceremonial moment carried noticeably more tension. Garry appeared composed and comfortable, while Makhachev remained relatively quiet and expressionless, revealing very little. That contrast was interesting because both fighters understand what the other is trying to accomplish once the octagon door closes.
Nothing he can do about it, and I'll talk to him, I'll dance in his face, I'll do whatever I want, because the truth is, when we get locked into that cage one day, he's never going to be able to deal with me. But the truth is, I have a target on my back. I have the ability to stand here and shoot shots at anyone I want, because this is my job, and they have the opportunity in return. So for me, when you attack people in my circle, when they don't deserve it, that's out of line. And look,
Garry knows he is facing one of the best grapplers in the sport, while Makhachev understands the physical challenge standing in front of him. The size difference immediately became one of the most noticeable aspects of the matchup. Garry's height, reach, and overall frame could create difficulties for a fighter whose success often comes from closing distance, establishing control, and keeping opponents in uncomfortable positions.
This is Dagestan versus Ireland guy from AliExpress. This fight, I think from the first time I have chance to finish him because I saw his ground game not so good, you know. He have good strikings, long reach. Honestly, it's gonna be finished.
Garry has the ability to operate from long range, use straight punches, attack with kicks, and make opponents repeatedly reset their positioning. Makhachev, however, has spent years competing against fighters with different physical attributes and styles. His usual response is built around reducing that distance, limiting his opponent's movement, and eventually bringing the contest into an area where his grappling becomes a major factor.
I cannot wait to step into the octagon against Islam Makhachev and beat him, because there will be no doubt that I have done it against the best. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And my next opponent is regarded by everyone in the world as the #1 fighter on the planet. After the fight, I just want it to be known that Ian Machado Garry is great. Make no excuses.
Close the gap, restrict the available space, and make the opponent fight at a pace and distance they don't necessarily want. That approach explains why this face-off carried so much significance. It represents two very different philosophies meeting in the same matchup. Garry benefits from having room to operate, while Makhachev benefits from taking that room away. Garry wants to establish his offense from the end of his punches and kicks, whereas Islam wants to turn each exchange into a battle for control and position.
Everything is going very well. We stay in the same gym like last couple fights. We stay in New Jersey. Too many my brothers and friends and sparring partner with me. Almost all team is here. We're training together. Habib is here. Javier is here, you know. And we're training every day very hard to be ready. His skills, I just have to run in this camp too much because I have to follow him because he runs too much, you know. I know his game plan. We always see his fight and he has same style always. But I will try to catch him, take him down. Just what I did with my all opponents.
He's done a lot of his camp, obviously, with Charles Oliveira. He's trained a lot. Is there anything Charles can tell him about you that you're worried about?
Yeah, Charles is gonna teach him how to tap fast. That's it.
When the two fighters finally stood across from each other, it was easy to imagine those contrasting strategies playing out in the octagon. Garry didn't appear overwhelmed by the attention surrounding the moment. Instead, he looked comfortable with the spotlight, matching the confidence he has displayed throughout his career. But confidence during a face-off is different from confidence when an elite grappler is actively trying to take away your space. Makhachev has built his reputation on making opponents work for every second of freedom once he gets close. A fighter can have success during a striking exchange and then suddenly find himself against the fence, defending a takedown while trying to prevent Islam from advancing into a stronger position. That transition is one of the biggest problems Garry will have to solve. He must be prepared for the moment when a clean striking sequence turns into a grappling battle almost instantly.